Hey, what's going on? Thank you for tuning into Crystal Chris TV again, back with another video. And in this video, I want to follow up on a video that I did previously where I talked about religions. And now I want to go a little bit deeper into that topic and see what lies actually behind this. So, when nothing was there, in whatever the universe is, the infinite space, or whatever you want to call it, there was a bunch of nothingness, but also there were a few substances, floating around, like heavy particulate matter and electrical energy, magnetic force, and these types of energies all came floating together until it was like one big thing. And then later there was a fifth element added to this, and then the being started becoming sentient, and this created the actual first being that ever popped into existence. So after quite a long time, after a while, this being became sentient of itself, and then it found out that it was alone by itself and there was nothing there. So because this being had also 27.5% of heavy particulate matter, because it had so much heavy particulate matter, it had 27.5% lower or negative frequencies, which gave it an attitude. Imagine you're there somewhere and there's nothing, and you're all by yourself for eons of years in existence. And then so after a while, this first being, which a lot of people or the religions refer to as a god, became very sick because of loneliness, and it was just there by itself alone, and it became very lonely. So then it decided it would separate itself into two different parts that would never be able to get together again. So it split itself into two separate entities with a little bit different frequencies. So that's where male and female started. That's where male and female was created, essentially. So then there were these two first original beings, and then they put their energies together and released a third of their energies, and then the first beings, souls, were created. At first there was just essences, it came. So the original thing that we would refer to as God in the religious belief, I refer to it, or a lot of people refer to it as source or source energy. So this was having the first physical lives, and after the first life this being had, the source energy beings had in the physical body, they found out that the spirit, after it was put into the physical body, when it came out, it grew bigger. So then they found out that if they abuse it a lot while it's in the physical body, it grows even larger. So the plan for this first being was then essentially to create lots of beings, like what you are, a soul. And there were, different types of waves released during the time. 5 waves of souls were released over time. And now you have all these trillions of souls flying around. And these first original souls each had a soulmate, and they would later, the plan was to put them into another new universe. They would, every soulmate would find its soulmate, and then they would bond together and release a third of their energy and create new babies, so to say. So they would create new beings. But the thing is, if you have been abused quite a lot during your physical lives, your spirit has grown a lot bigger. And so if you didn't have the abuse, and these soulmates were put together and released a third of the energy, they might release 100 million new beings. But because the excessive abuse and everybody grew so much bigger, then they would release maybe a billion or 100 billion new beings that were put into new universes. And then there was the plan that this scheme was to be going on again and then again and again, that they have praise machines and worship the first original beings. But this is not going to happen anymore, because there was a fight going on for quite a long time, and the original protector energy of this first original being, after, you know, it had around 10 trillion lives, it grew so big and strong and saw through the abuse and the wrongness in the system that was put into place, and put an end to this. So that's why a couple years ago, there's first original beings, both of them were killed and destroyed. So that has actually been the burden for everybody. But now things will be going into a different route, and the abuse will get less and less and less, and physical bodies are also evolving, and later on we're just gonna be having types of kind of energy bodies, and so we don't have so much abuse anymore, because to feed these physical bodies you have to eat, you have, you know, take care of it and this and that. But if you're having an energy body, you can manifest the body, walk around for 2 weeks, and then, you know, drop this body and go back home again and be your normal state. So it's gonna be a lot better and with much less abuse overall. Yeah, so it's a crazy story. I don't expect you to believe this, but when your body is dead and you're your normal self again, when you're going home, you're gonna see it and find it out for yourself. This is actually some information that was not allowed in the physical realm. It's just been going on for, you know, 4 or 5 years, since the first original beings have been destroyed, that this information is now coming out. And yeah, I'm here to help you and to guide you on your own awakening journey, and help you, you know, wake up and become your best version of yourself while being in the physical body. It's very important that you are getting as much awake as possible while you are still alive in the physical body. Yeah, so I think it's a lot to let it sink in. There's also 3 books that have been written about this. You know, it's called Creation Series. It's actually available on Amazon. You can look it up there. It's written by J. Ara Essex, and you know, he's the guy. He's the person behind all of this, behind this knowledge, and behind what happened and what I just talked about. The energy inside his body is, you know, the protector energy that I talked about earlier, that has been put first into place when the first original being has made a protector to protect them. But in the end, it was, you know, killing the first original being, because it was abusing everybody and every living being. So that's not going on anymore. Yeah, I hope this, you know, enlightens you a little bit, and makes you open your mind and question things and question life, how everything is, you know, going on. And I'll keep you updated about what's going on, also things that are happening on the other side, and different kind of things also. I've put together some programs where I teach you how you can, you know, start your awakening process that you basically engage your autopilot, so you're gonna be awakening and start the awakening process, and then you get more awake and aware, you know, while basically being on autopilot, and then you set for life and go through your life better with less struggles, and you're gonna be more at ease, more relaxed, and you're gonna be fulfilled more in your life. I leave a link in the description so you can get yourself signed up for this free course that I put together. Anyway, hope you're doing well. I wish you a great day, and see you soon. Thank you for tuning into Crystal Chris TV, and I'll talk to you in the next video.